So a few days ago, I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace looking to see if I could find a better couch option than what I've been currently using, and I found this couch that I can only describe as the ugliest shade of poo-poo green that I have ever seen in my entire life. So naturally, I bought it. Now you might be wondering, Erin, why did you get a different couch? You just filmed an apartment tour featuring a different sofa altogether. And at that, why did you buy a couch that you didn't like the color of? I will get into all of that shortly. I'm gonna tell you why I wanted a new couch, what made me choose this couch despite the reservations I had with the color, and then we're gonna tinker with the decor a little bit. I've got some new ideas about how I want to style the coffee table. I've got throw pillows to put on this couch, and I've got some other ways that I want to jazz up the walls of the living room section of my studio apartment. By the way, if you're new here, hi, my name is Erin. I'm a 25-year-old living in Washington, D.C., and I usually make vlogs about my 20-something life in the city. Today's video is definitely more apartment focused, but if you enjoy this content, make sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe maybe if you feel like it. Before we get into the color of the couch, which, spoiler alert, I actually love it in my space, I want to talk about why I decided to get a new one in the first place. I know that I did just post an apartment tour featuring my old couch. It was a beautiful green velvet sofa from Wayfair that I'd had for quite a while now, and the back of the sofa folded down so that it was a twin bed and I could have guests stay over overnight, like if I had family or friends in town who wanted to stay at my place. But long story short, I've actually been thinking about replacing that couch for quite a while now. I just didn't really have the budget or see any good options that worked for me until now. Around February or so, I started having some really bad sleep habits. Like I was waking up in the middle of the night for 1.5 or 2 hours at a time. And I was telling one of my friends who I play volleyball with about this, and she actually recommended this app to me. This app is called CBTI Coach, and it literally changed my life in March and April because all of those bad sleep habits that I had developed in February, it helped me correct them. One of the habits that I had to break was spending a lot of time watching TV or scrolling on my phone in my bed. So I eventually got used to spending a lot more time on my sofa. But some of those habits did not stick long term, and here's why. My old sofa was not very big, and the cushions were only like 16 or 17 inches deep. I love to kick my feet up in any scenario that I can, so naturally I was sitting on this sofa sideways. Number one issue with that, I really didn't have a ton of room to really sink into the couch at all. And number two, I don't have the tiniest ass in the world, so I always felt like I was about to fall off the sofa, which is not comfortable if you're trying to spend more time in a place that isn't your bed. And I found myself going back and scrolling on my bed more, watching more YouTube videos on my bed. So I finally decided to pull the plug and look for some other options on Facebook Marketplace. So why did I decide to go with a couch that I didn't like the color of in the photos? Well, let's go to the couch so I can explain that. I'm sitting on my coffee table right now, so let's go over there. I mean, I think this shot is pretty self-explanatory. I got a sectional. I am so happy about this. Not only do I have more room to lounge this way, but I have room to lounge this way too. And that means when I have friends come over, I can have so many more people seated on my couch. I also decided on this couch despite not liking the color at first because the seller was very flexible. For example, I was able to negotiate in home delivery for this couch, which was so clutch. I live on the 3rd floor of a walk-up building, so I don't have an elevator, which is pretty uncommon for DC. So I actually needed a lot of help in order to get this into my apartment, and thankfully the seller and his girlfriend were more than willing to help me. Also, I haven't even mentioned the price yet. This couch, well, actually, let's do like a little poll. I would love to see what y'all's guesses are. I'm gonna put 3 different prices down on the bottom of the screen, and I want you to guess in the comments what you think this couch was priced at. I'll wait here, go make your guesses. This couch was priced at $125. Oh my God, it's such a steal. And I only paid $15 extra for them to deliver it to me. So in total, I paid $140 for this couch. The delivery finally happened yesterday in the morning. So in the afternoon, I listed my old couch and I actually got someone to take it for $125. So the cost of switching my couches from one couch that didn't suit my needs to a couch that really does suit my needs was 15 bucks. And admittedly, a lot of labor going up and down these stairs with heavy furniture. My arms are very sore today, but totally worth it to me. Now let's revisit this color situation, because honestly, I think this color looks so much better actually in my space than what it looked like online. I feel like I was reverse catfished. In order to validate my risk that I was taking, I actually photoshopped that image into the current living room so that I could get a preview of what it was gonna look like in here. And just seeing that actually really helped me. Based on the photoshopped image, I really didn't mind it that much. It's very like olivey green brown situation, which you could still argue is like poo-poo green, but I think I was giving it that label because it seemed like it had some yellow undertones, and I really don't see that much with this color, at least in person. So here are the decor items that I'm working with. I previously had just these three guys on the coffee table, and they were kind of arranged in like a diagonal pattern, something like this. But I'm thinking I want to go less diagonal, more parallel to the lines of the coffee table. This book is called The New Naturalist: Inside the Homes of Creative Collectors, and this is the only coffee table book that I have. I like that it's a dark blue and it kind of pops against the rest of my living room. This book features some really like kooky collectors, I won't lie, but I love spreads like this. Like, I think it's just beautiful to look at. And then I think I'll do these coasters on top of it. And then let's add this tray, which I got in my last vlog when I went to Nashville. I was originally thinking that I would put it in my bathroom, but when I got the new couch, I felt like it was just a perfect excuse to kind of add some, hi Rhea, hi. I thought it was the perfect excuse to just add some more decor here. I think that the teal of this, or like aqua, whatever you want to call this, is a nice bridge between the really muted green of the couch and the blue of the book. And then candle will go here. The last thing that I'm gonna add are these playing cards. These cards were designed by Khadija Jamila. I have a number of prints from her, so naturally the playing cards have to be on display too. Now, something else that I wanted to do today was actually mount my ukulele between these two prints here. I have been playing ukulele for a little bit now. I'm a beginner, but I've been really enjoying it. I do have a keyboard in my apartment by the windows, but I don't like break that out super often, especially in the summer. The way I have my cord situation set up is I either plug in the AC or the keyboard. So obviously AC takes priority there. But in the meantime, I was donated a ukulele by my friend Eddie since he got a brand new one. He didn't have use for his old one anymore. So it's now at my place, and I've just kind of been like playing whenever I feel like it and doing really basic chords, but it's been fun. So I want my ukulele to be more accessible, and having it between those two prints I think will really complement the living room area well. But the ukulele mount is not here yet. I ordered it from Amazon. It's on its way today, so I think I'm going to install that tomorrow morning. I'll take the B-roll clips for like the living room transformation tomorrow morning as well, so that the ukulele can like be included in that. But I'm not gonna stop here. I've got one more thing that I wanna update in this living room section of my apartment. But I do feel like I need a little AC break. I've had it off the whole time I've been filming, and I just wanna lay here and bask in the cold. We're in like our third heat wave of the summer. If you don't think climate change is real, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, this was the last thing I wanted to do, was put some of these vines on little command hooks so that the vine would start to trail across the top of the ceiling. I don't like how this looks though. I think I need to wait for that tendril to get a little bit longer, which is okay. So I'm gonna take that down now. Exactly what you're taking me for, but I don't wanna find my phone. Overall, I really like how this all came together. It's, like I've mentioned 1,000 times, going to improve my quality of life so much just to have a better piece of furniture that works better in my space. I'm a pretty firm believer that design should be a long process, not one you do in a short period of time, because you really have to see what features of your space are working for you, what features of your space you have to work around. So I'm sure my space will continue to evolve. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more vlogs. I'm back in DC for primarily the rest of the summer. I'm not going to be doing any more traveling, so not quite sure what the vlog schedule is going to look like yet, but stay tuned and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
I don't wanna